Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Sangean PR-D9W. It's an AM, FM stereo, weather band portable radio. Purchased this radio for a total of $49 from Amazon, and here it is. What caught my eye was the style, and that it was a weather radio, and it was rechargeable. So we'll get into it. So here's the box. Picture of the radio. It's in white. It's a model number. Public alert. I think the sides of the box pretty much just show a little picture of the radio. I think the one side has some bullet points, which we'll go over. So FM stereo, awesome. Receives all of the Noaa weather bands. Public alert certified radio. Automatic alert warns you. Okay. Flashing red LED light and emergency siren. Beautiful. 19 memory presets. Let's see. Auto scan tuning. Easy to read LCD with adjustable dimmer. We'll show you that. That's pretty cool. Dual alarms. That's really nice. Of course, time clock. Sleep and snooze function. A lock switch. Super capacitor for power backup when you're changing your batteries. Let's see. Rechargeable and dry cell battery. That's pretty cool. And built-in rapid charger and charging indicator. So nice to have. Here's a little list of the stuff it can do. Rechargeable eco. All that fun stuff. Okay, serial number. All right, so there's the box. I took everything out to make it easy. So we'll go ahead and show you what was inside. Let's see what we have. First thing we got, here's the box again, in case you didn't see that, was this here. I'm going to go ahead and lower this down, because that box is pretty big. $49 gets you a really cool adapter. Most of these radios, they don't ship with the adapter, but this radio does. So this is a switching type. This gives you an idea what its output is. Just really nice to have. Has a little Ferrari choke on it. So yeah, this is just a great thing. I think there's like $15 or $20 by themselves. So that really helps. And part of it, probably is related to the cost of the radio. But I was really happy to see this included. So good to have, especially if you run the weather alert all the time. Okay, so next we have some paperwork. All kinds of paperwork. Look at this. All right, so let's see. Let's go pertinent stuff. Or not pertinent, some kind of multi-language thing here. Please note, you can pause and read that if you need to. Got the limited warranty, which some people will find useful. You can pause and read. It looks like it is going to be a year warranty. Typically, they are a year warranty. So there is the warranty. Okay. Next, another sheet of stuff. Very important. Please read. Okay, there you go. Switching power adapter. Okay. Let's see. We got a manual. This is pretty nice. Very clear and concise. It's a really large print. Easy to read. As far as the book size, it's gigantic. Let's see. A diagram showing you all this stuff. First, I'm going to go right to the last page because there's a lot of features. I'll just go over them. But the last page talks about the frequency, which we'll go into. There you go. 87.5 to 108. And AM is 520 to 1710. This is USA version, though this radio does switch between 9K stepping and 10K stepping on the AM band, and the FM band only 100 kilohertz to 200 kilohertz. There's no 50 kilohertz stepping on FM, so you don't get that unfortunately. Speaker size, outputs. Some people like to know what the output power is. Pretty low output, quarter watt output with batteries, and half watt output when it's hooked up to the AC adapter. And there you go. Okay, so pretty neat. We'll go through it all. Nice little book. And then, on top of all that, they give this really cool roadmap to your radio. The menu tree. It's like a flow chart on how to operate your radio. So for all the options, they give you this chart. So like how to turn the backlight, how to set the alarm, and step-by-step process. It's pretty neat. And on the backside, there's even more. It's like a roadmap to your radio. There you go. There's a sleep timer right there. That's how you do it. Here's how to access your weather bands. That's how you do it. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. So, but this neat they threw that in there. So if you're not one that likes to read a manual, just want to quick do an overview. There you go. That's awesome. They put that in there. So let's go to the radio. Here it is. Now this thing, look at this. It's small. I thought it was gonna be big, like at least this long, maybe a little taller. But I like the size of this radio. It's like just, I don't know, you can hold it in one hand. You see my Age of Giants radio, just a little bit wider than that. Still pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about size dimensions of this radio. So we have 6¼ inches across, 4¼ inches tall, and a depth of 1½ inches. For size comparison, I got a couple radios here. We got a CC Pocket for size. There you go. I have a deck of cards. And then I have the Texan PL-380. I thought that'd be kind of a cool one. A lot of people have this radio to give you an idea of size comparison. Some more light over there. There we go. So yeah, it's not much bigger. So love it. All right. Okay, so let's go over features of this radio. It has quite a few. I'll bring this up here. Let's see. Left-hand side, we have the headphone jack, which is FM stereo, by the way. I put it on, put the headphones on, started listening to it. It has low-level hiss, which is annoying. Even at low, like no volume, you can hear it. So there's a lot of background hiss. If you get the volume up a little bit, it tends to go away. The FM stereo is very bassy, very good sounding, and the AM frequency is kind of low tone. So it's actually pleasing to listen to. So yeah, it's not a bad experience, just the low-level hiss that's annoying. Here your DC in for that AC adapter, 9 volts. So in the front here, Sangean. I like the fact that they incorporated a semi-gloss finish and a gloss finish. And it does show fingerprints when you get in the light, but otherwise it doesn't, because that's why I picked white. I was getting tired of seeing fingerprints on black. And my reflection, because you could see me like a mirror. Our speaker is 2¼ inches. Again, plastic grill, I like that. Public alert. Over here we have the power button, acts as our sleep function. There's our LCD display, and you can hit a button, turn the light on. You have a next to it charge and weather alert, and there's a bright red LED that lights up here when you're doing those features, and I'll show you that. 24-hour clock, if you notice, can be set to 12-hour AM/PM clock, which is nice. Here are our switches, our buttons. We have the band select button, and also acts as our step feature. So when the power is off, you hold this down, it'll go to FM for 200 kilohertz or 100 kilohertz stepping, and then if you keep holding it, it goes to 9K or 10K for the AM band. Here we have the weather band button and setting for weather alert mode. I'll show you that. Display, this toggles the clock while the radio's on, and also toggles the auto for stereo to turn it on and off. Sometimes when you have a faint FM station you want to pick up, you hit this button to go into mono so you can get that station better. It kind of narrows the filter a little bit so you can hear it better. We have the volumes down and up. Down here we have the illumination button. So there's 3 steps of illumination. There is high. There is a, let me see if I can, there's a really low. Let me just turn off a light, show you this. So there's a real low light, medium, and high. I tend to leave mine on the high setting to give you the idea. All right, so here's our different alarms. We have to wake to the humane wake system beep or wake up to radio. It's kind of nice. And then we have a our clock set button there. It's like its own dedicated button. We have the memory set button because you have 19 presets, so that sets them there. It's pretty basic. If you hit this button, tune to which preset you want, hit this button again, locks it in. And then to access your presets, you use this button, My Favorites. I'm sure you've seen that in some Sangean radios. Here's your tuning up and down buttons. So you hold forward, it'll seek forward, down, seeks down, or steps, single clicks. Plus you can press and hold and go through the band. Noticing, one thing I want to notice to tell you is that the buttons are like a rubberized finish. They're like a soft touch. I don't know what kind of material they are. They feel rubbery, but they're kind of glossy at the same time. So they're just, it's different. I'd rather them have been hard plastic, but they went with this soft touch rubber type silicone plastic. Okay, so here on the bottom, FM stereo, AM, weather radio, weather alert, PR-D9W. Right hand side, we have a lock switch. So if you had this carrying it around, turn it on, you've locked the features so you don't accidentally turn the radio on because it's locked. Nice. Okay. The bottom has 2 or actually 4 molded feet. So it stands up really nice. So that's really cool. They have that. They're actually part of the plastic. They're not going to fall off, which is a bonus. Top of the radio, we have the antenna, which extends out to 27 inches and swivels almost 360 degrees. It does hit the case here, so you kind of have to lift it up and over to get it to come forward. And that's about as much forward as you're going to get in travel. I've noticed that this travel was fine for me. So there you go. But definitely, we're going to talk about FM reception, and holy cow, is it amazing. On the back of the radio, we have Sangean. And you got the frequency there. It runs on 4 AA batteries. There you go. Internal battery switch must be set to correct battery type before installing batteries. So it says they recommend you using nickel metal hydride batteries. That's pretty neat. Right now I have alkalines in there, but there's a little switch to put it to the charge mode, and that way it charges. You just put in your AC adapter, and that charges up the batteries, and then you unplug it, and off you go. So it's just a really neat radio for that. So okay, we're gonna go ahead and set this down here, and I'm gonna zoom in and dust my radio off again. This thing picks up like dust here. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this in. Okay, so FM reception. This is really cool. This radio is so good. If you want an FM digital radio, just run on by this one. It's like, it gets an excellent 5-star. I got 5-star ratings. I have fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. To get an excellent rating, it needs to be 85 plus stations. This found 90 stations. Yes, I was sitting up on my couch and tuned in 90 different stations. Couldn't believe it. Just absolutely amazing on the sensitivity. So of course, to go along with that, FM selectivity had to be good, of course, and it was. It was very good to excellent. The only reason why I didn't receive a perfect score is because I have 1 or 2 offending stations that are very strong and local to me, and they did bleed over and obliterate some faint stations I could have heard if it wasn't that strong of a station. There's no switch or anything, local DX switch, but that probably wouldn't have helped anyway. But that's the only thing. But again, very good to excellent on the FM selectivity. Overall, an amazing FM receiver. So, boom, just go out and get it. It is so good. And FM stereo, even on the weaker stations, was coming in. I was very impressed with that. So we're going to go ahead and do a little audio test with Radio Todderbert. In this section, we'll run a couple minutes of audio, and then we'll visit the AM band, which is awesome also. So we're going to turn this on. And as you can see on the display, we have 97.7, which is Radio Todderbert, and I'll turn them on in a second. We have the battery level indicator. We have memory, and of course the band you're on. So let's go ahead and turn it on and jam out. So let me hit that. There we go. Okay, good. There you go. A nice audio test. I like to run that. That's my FM transmitter 2 C-Crane and my little Sony MP3 player playing YouTube sanctioned music. Yes. So we are going to go to the weather alert modes and show you how the weather band works on this radio. So we put the antenna up. This antenna, like I said, is 27 inches. Just amazing. Okay. And we'll see if we can get this pivoted so it's not hitting everything. Okay. Well, it's going to have to be on an angle a little bit. So let's see what we can hear on this.
Elevated thunderstorm risk. Elevated flooding risk. Limited excessive heat risk. High swim risk Thursday and Friday. Limited flooding risk. Waves 2 to 4 feet. Friday night, northeast winds 10 to 20 knots becoming east. 6 feet. This is the NOAA Weather Radio KEC 60 in Milwaukee. The current time is 10:20 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Now here is the hazardous weather outlook for portions of east central Wisconsin, south central Wisconsin. Showers and thunderstorms in the morning. Highs in the lower 70s. Northeast winds. For Sunday, partly sunny. Chance of showers in the morning. Are possible Thursday night through Saturday night, especially south of Interstate 80. If these were to pan out over the same area, flooding would be a concern. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be necessary through tonight.
Okay, so you get an idea how that works. Let me just retract my antenna and I'll show you how you set up the weather alert modes. There's 2 of them on this radio, and they're really cool. Let me show you this. You probably want to have the AC adapter hooked up if you're going to run your alert mode. So what you do is you just press and hold this button while you're on the weather band, and a little symbol comes up and it says alert with a little speaker. And what will happen, and you can actually, this is a cool part of this radio,
it was 78 at Waukegan.
Is you can navigate, like I'm on AM band here, or FM, and you can still have the alert mode running, which is great. So you can still use the radio and have the alert mode. Love it. So what will happen here is if alert comes through on channel 5, the radio will automatically go to that station, start broadcasting channel 5, so you can hear what's going on, which is nice.
And the relative humidity was...
If that's not enough for you and you're like working and you want to hear this thing from a few rooms away, or and you want to hear like an alarm go off, this is an alarm feature. So what you do is you press and hold this again. And now you'll see this little red LED light up here. It says WX Alert. And it has a different icon. That's a siren icon. And so what will happen here is if a warning comes through on the weather band, it'll trigger a alarm, which will be a siren. It says sirens. I've never heard it yet, but I'm guessing it's a loud beeper coming out of the speaker here. And then this will flash. This red LED will flash. So you'll have that alarm feature if you need that. It doesn't go to radio. It just does that flashing until you hit the button to stop it. And I believe it's the weather band button. It makes sense to go right to your band. But this is probably going to drain the batteries. Of course, it's running all the time. Another neat thing is that even with this, you can still go to FM. And you can still go to AM. And all that can still be active. So very cool radio. Just loving it. This radio is just... It's one of my personal favorites right now. It's going to go on my favorites menu for sure. So what we're going to do is turn that weather off. We don't need that to have that running. And of course that runs when you turn the radio off. The alert mode will still stay active. So if you want, I'll show you that real quick. Let's do it again. Get the red light going so they turn the radio off. You can see the weather alert light still on, still active. There's our time, 10:22, 24-hour standard, which is really nice. So there's that. So let's go ahead and turn this radio back on. Turn off that weather alert. And we'll go to the AM band and see what we can do. Now, during the day, the AM band on this radio was fantastic. This little monster, I don't know what size ferrite antenna is in here, but it's a good one because it was pulling the stations left and right. It just sounded fantastic. So we're just going to do a quick little tune up the band. I'm going to stop on stations where they typically are farther away. Let's try Nashville. We got some static there, but I can hear the music playing. It's WSM Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles. We'll do our locals in a little bit here. Let's just go up to Zoomer. Beautiful. So Zoomer is 740. It is CFZM Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. This station here is WSB Atlanta, 630 miles away. And next to it,
I've seen all of these hearings over the years. I saw what they did to Bork.
WJR Detroit,
Did to that wonderful man
270 miles away.
whose name you forgot. He is after.
Like 10 times this amount in the downstream industry. That's construction, automobile.
770 is WABC New York City, New York, 750 miles. That's a shocker. Sweet. 790. Let's see if we can get anything at 790. Okay, something on 790 there. Nice. I don't have anything logged for that. That must have something off on 780 for me to get that. Beautiful. CKLW Windsor, Ontario. Kind of quiet, but yeah, so many stations are going to come in clear.
With local traffic reporters and meteorologists. We'll let you know what's happening from locals who get it.
WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
News Talk 830, WCCO.
310 miles.
Outlook with regard to recurring revenue.
WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky. Sounds like a ball game. KOA Denver. Barely making that out.
Réaliser que, bien sûr, nous autres, le mouvement, le monde humain, le monde animal.
CJBC, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. We got definitely some storms going on.
During the Yingling Golden Pilsner Saints Players Show. This week's Black and Gold star, Ken Crawley. Who's that with the Saints defensive back from 6 to 7 p.m. Also brought to you by
WWL.
KD Law and The Book at Harrah's Gulf Coast in Biloxi. Sports Talk with Christian Garrick and Saints number 20, Ken Crawley. Thursday on Saints Radio, WWL. This is the Pickled Ginger Voice.
There you go.
What would you think?
New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles. I like getting that one. I'm not sure what's going on here. It's typically New York. I think I know what's going on. So we're actually hearing Canadian station there, I think. CKLQ, which is Brandon, Manitoba, which is 765 miles away. CKLQ, I believe. Yeah, I've heard that on the station before, and that's where our country's coming from. So we're just going to cruise up to, say, 1020.
I can live with because that's less important.
This is KDK Pittsburgh, 450 miles.
All right. Well said, and I'm glad you did not work your butt off. Kat, I got to run here because I got commercials coming up, and I also have a news break at the bottom of the hour. I know I short-shifted you on time here, but I'll make it up.
No, but thank you for taking my call because I thought it was important to express it.
I think you expressed it well. Thank you very much. Okay, have a great night, Kat. Talk to you soon. Very quick break. Here comes Don Huff, the DZ News team working. We're going to double-check some numbers. We'll be back right after this break. Still following the 3rd congressional race up in northern Massachusetts.
Campaign 2018, Night Guide with Dan Ray. This is WBZ News Radio 1030.
Here we go. Got call letters. I was waiting for that. WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles. Here we got 1040 WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles. This radio just rocks. Let's see, we'll just try like 1140. That should be pretty easy. WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles. Again, storms are hindering us a little bit.
And of course, Noaa can prevent all identity theft or cyber crime or monitor all transactions.
1180 is WHAM, Rochester, New York, 545 miles.
Warn you about the threats you can miss on your own. So listen.
Right now, there's a lot of swirling, and I think
WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles. And we'll just take it up to the top here with final thoughts. So let's go 1610. Well,
Up to 90.
actually, we'll wait on final thoughts. I want to show you my favorites too. So 1610 is the Latino station, CHHA, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles away. So yeah, pretty nice. And I think I'll listen to KCJJ earlier. So this is the mighty KCJJ. Now some of these fringe stations, I've noticed like at dusk is a good time to listen to them also. So if you're trying to hunt for AM/DX stations, sometimes dusk is a great time to tune in some of these semi-locals that you have difficulty getting to later. Okay, so my favorite button is here. You hit that, and you can mix any AM or FM up to 19 presets in any order you want. These are the ones I have.
Cubs Radio Network. If it's important to Cubs fans, we're talking about it on the Mully and Haw Show. Mornings live at 5 on 670 The Score.
Illinois property taxes punish them. The screen in front of the Tiger dugout. Count holding at 1 ball, 2 strikes on Delmonico.
Handle coastlines. CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca is in Dolphin Island.
Revive the franchise a little bit.
I am so there. It would appear the film will...
Ordered closed by the State Gaming Commission. So even before it makes landfall, this storm has punched the Mississippi.
Presented by Heartland Coca-Cola. Folks, when you come into Bush...
Brought to you by William Mattar. Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar.
Bill, Labor Day may have come to an end, but summer continues. We're going to find fair or a hazy skies through the evening. It's going to be a balmy night. Low near 72 degrees. Now, Wednesday, partly sunny, maybe a spot. Monday, baseball, A's at home, up 1-0 on the Yankees. Rockies at home, leading 1540 KICL.
Okay, great. So there we go. There's our AM, and I'll do a full evening band scan so you get an idea what that can do. Final thoughts on the Sangean PR-D9W. You heard me before say go out and buy it. Yes. If you're looking for a smaller, this isn't really a handheld, but it's very portable. There's no wrist strap or carrying handle, but it's just got this really small form factor, which is great. And you're looking for something portable. This is a great little portable radio you can take with you anywhere you're going. Like if you're going on vacation, you're going camping, you're going just out of the house in general. This isn't a bad radio to take with you or keep it around the house because you can plug it in and let it run all the time. It's really just a handy radio to have. You can have the weather alert mode always running, which people need. They need to be warned. So yeah, this radio 100% buy for me, 100%. So I'm going to put a link down below there in the description, and it's a link to Amazon for this radio. Like I say, it's $49. You get the radio, you get the charger. You get a fantastic receiver for its size. I just can't believe the FM. It just blew me away. And then the AM during the day was just like, again, wow. You'll get to see that. Hopefully I'll do a daytime band scan with the AM. Just blew me away. Amazing. That's all I can say. Stay tuned for those band scans. You're going to love them. So if you enjoyed the presentation of the Sangean PR-D9W, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you are interested in Sangean products, you like the PR series, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of future videos. I put videos out almost every day or every day so far. Love doing that for you guys. Third, comment below what you think about this radio. Do you have it? Do you like it? I'm really liking this radio. Now I own the bigger 4W. And to be honest with you, I would like to have this instead because it's just so much thinner and more portable. I like it a lot. There's a lot to like with this little radio. Just amazing. Just sounds good. Gets a great reception. everything about it. Can't keep talking enough about it. And definitely 4, this is me after hours over here at Patreon. Pretty cool stuff over there. A lot of free content for you guys when building that channel. I'm going to say it after every video just so you guys know that it's there and that I continue to build it for you. And then if you want to support the channel, you can sign up on Patreon for as little as $1 a month, $2 a month. The $2 a month gets you quite a bit of access to my channel or my forum there. You'll love it. A lot of background information. You get to see the radios before I even do the reviews on them. So there's people that already know that I got this radio, and so they're buying them already because they liked it. So just things to watch out for. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate that, and we'll see you soon. Take care, and goodbye.